Hello friends, welcome to another Shop with me, which is us perusing the internet shelves, aka Trendmood's Instagram feed, and just checking out the new makeup releases, the ones that are coming up soon. And I like to do these once a month because they're pretty easy to film, and I just like the dialogue, talking about new makeup, products that I'm thinking about buying or thinking about passing. And why don't we start here with, surprisingly, probably because I like Lisa's matte liquid shadows that have been on my radar for quite some time, but just the notion of a liquid matte shadow with just this beautiful haze effect on the eyes just got me. Because I do like a one and done eye. My eye makeup has become simpler and simpler as the years go by, and knowing I can rely on one product just to create that soft haze effect, especially with these neutral tones. Which one is this? Mauve? Oh, sign me up. The mauve looks pretty. And not only that, probably can be a fantastic primer to Visear's Midsummer or any other mauve palettes that I own in my collection. Taupe is beautiful. Chestnut is pretty. One and done. Get the mascara on. Be on our way. This is the problem I run into figuring out which one to get. I think I'm going to keep it at 2 because, first of all, Slate is gorgeous. Slate could just be studly on the eyes solo, but also espresso. You can't go wrong with espresso, but I think sienna with the warmer hue in the undertone is a keeper for sure. It's between chestnut and sienna that I'm having trouble with because I can go with either. And to have, again, that smoky effect without having to do the most with shadow is appealing to me. I am a sucker for packaging. You know this. I actually own Bright Coral, but I can't just splurge on packaging alone, especially since I already have, I think, 4 Gucci blushes, but the floral pattern gets me, man. It does, especially with the compact design. Ooh, it's so pretty. But I'm gonna lay low on it. Know that I already have these shades. It's just the compact, it's just flowers, Alicia. I'll admire from afar for now. This I was actually excited for because it reminds me of the Louis Vuitton collab years ago with the graffiti on the like the Neverfull and the, what's it called? I'm sorry, I am luxury bag illiterate. The Miss Dior collection with the graffiti design on the compacts, as well as on, I think this is a highlighter, and the lipstick cases. Intrigued, especially with bold black. This could be a color, and also wild beige. Wild beige can be something. Hopefully it doesn't have any lip plumping properties that is probably going to have a fragrance to it because it is luxury beauty. But this spoke to me for sure. I think, are those lip liners? Let's see here in the on the post. I can't tell if it's lip liner or eyeliner. I think it might be lip, just because it corresponds with the lipstick shades. And the eyeshadow compacts, you know, I haven't been impressed with Dior shadows ever since the Quince. Not the Quince now, but the Quince before the reformulation. That was like one of the only times, and actually the large Dior leopard print compact that I have, I was impressed by Dior shadows. I would need to swatch these in person before I make a choice. I wouldn't blindly purchase these online because, again, Dior is hit or miss when it comes to the eyeshadows. The colorways are lovely. In terms of which one I would get, obviously I would get the brown. I think this is interesting. Is that like a sage or a light gray? This color here? That black shadow in the center looks like it's giving. And then the pink one, the hot pink, or I guess more accurately magenta, would also be a fun quint. That splash of color on the inner corner or through the crease, that's more like kind of like a backdrop wash of color, could be something. But again, very much attracted to, are these sleeves? The compact itself doesn't have the graffiti design, but I think these are the sleeves that the compact goes in. That's not bad. That's actually kind of cute. I never had the pleasure of trying a Givenchy loose powder highlighter. I have their Glow Serum foundation, 3 of their Prism Libre loose powder blushes, as well as their recently released pressed powder, their 4-color correcting pressed powder. But I have heard their loose highlighter powder is exceptional, and this is a limited edition release for the fall. Already, my goodness, we're seeing fall items drop, because as we approach, when we get to August, is July 1st, the time of this filming, we get to August, the fall previews are just going to come flying in. Now the lipsticks, delightful brown, surprise surprise, I have a Givenchy lipstick in chilling brown that I do like. I don't wear it often because it's kind of like on the red side for me. What I have on now is the Sochi Beauty, which I've been loving. Unfortunately, the bullet broke because it's one of these clean beauty, like put every ingredient known to man in the formula, but the lipstick bullet becomes too soft, especially when it's this hot in the summertime, and I probably have to put it in the fridge just so it could rebind. But I don't know how large this highlighter is. Is it as large as a loose powder blush from the Givenchy line? Because if it is, then I'll consider trying it. And the denim's cute. The denim with the Givenchy logo on the cap as well as on the lipstick component, I like. I know these color fix sticks are available, I think, on the Sephora app. I might have missed the preview. This is what happened with Pastel Dream. I slept on Pastel Dream. It sold out. I had the worst FOMO, but happened to buy it in a Sephora in Orlando, no less, while I was traveling. These appeal to me for the same reasons that I expressed with the Makeup by Mario liquid blushes, that it's just kind of slap on, blend with your finger, except now we have both metallic and foil finishes. In regards to which one I would purchase, I was trying to decide because all these look just absolutely gorgeous, and I wanted to, well, I was toggling between purchasing more of a neutral duo and or more of like a fairy sparkly whimsical duo, if you will. Like Magic Hour looks pretty just to have that glisten effect across the eyes. If I wanted to rely on that effect solo and then follow up, like let's say a VBB liner in Cocoa or Cinnamon along the lash line for a little more definition, or if I wanted to go smoky all the way, like Duo 4 Apollo, because Apollo appears to be like, well, okay, we have the shade descriptions here actually. Let me run down this list to find Apollo. Dark chocolate. So I could just have the dark chocolate haze moment on the lid, or I can go in with a color like Celeste. Celeste, that's what it reads. Celeste is the golden metallic taupe. You see what I'm saying, fam? That's what I'm trying to decide. Because these are dual pencils, so it's kind of like getting 4 if you buy 2. And I don't know if that's the most practical purchase for me, and I don't know if that's the most practical purchase, but right now I might stick to Duo 7. Duo 7 is Magic Hour. Let me find Duo 7. Is the burnt bronze metallic with golden sands. I think that's pretty, because I could just slap that on the lid and again follow up with mascara and have just the shiny lid moment versus the smoky Apollo lid moment. I don't know, man. I'm on the fence. Let me know down below what I should do. When I saw this, I thought, do I want another Westman Atelier product that I barely use, by the way? I think it'll be an interesting comparison. I don't know it'll be worth purchasing. How much is this? I think this isn't like the high 30s. Yes, $38. I wouldn't even know what shade to buy because I'm between drenched and toasty. Bonfire, I think, would be a little too light. We'll see. On this model, Bonfire, I think, will look quite nice. But then you go on to drenched. Bonfire looks more warm than drenched. What color is drenched giving? Let me look at these swatches again. Bonfire does not look that warm on the arm swatch. Maybe because this arm is deeper complected than me. So if we were to go from here, yeah, drenched is, I guess, neutral. It's an interesting undertone. I can't quite detect how, or guess rather, how that would look on my skin tone. I can't even tell. And also, self-setting, water-resistant emulsion, like, okay, cool. Weightless feel and effortless application, natural matte finish that lasts all day. I guess it is appealing to appear bronzed up and not worry about it melting off your face, especially now with this high heat, high humidity weather conditions. It's just so much product. I mean, that bottle is gorgeous, but I don't know. I rarely use a Westman Atelier. That's what's holding me back. And if I buy this product, I think I'm just piling up liquid bronzer products that I haven't been using. But I know content-wise, it will be a phenomenal comparison. And also beauty enthusiast-wise, I am curious to find out how it works. But there is a part of me that wants to sample it. I want to sample it. I know I'm missing out on the first few days of new releases because once it drops, people buy it. It's not in store, only available online. I want to grab a sample of Bonfire and Drenched first. I don't think I could buy it blindly because it just doesn't make sense. So that's what I'll do, family. I would like to try the product, but I would like to sample it first. And after applying it for a few days, wearing it in this hot as weather, I'll arrive to a decision whether I should purchase full bottle or not. I haven't gotten into Nars lipsticks for a while, and I know this is a limited edition. Is this limited edition? Yes. Explicit lipsticks. The shades look pretty. Do I have an explicit lipstick? I cannot remember. Apricot brown? That sounds pretty. I will have to swatch these in store because the colors look lovely. And the packaging is cute, but not the main selling point for me as a consumer. The main selling point is definitely the color. Sponge tip applicator anything just screams dirty. Is that a sponge tip applicator? Dual-ended with tip and brush. Oh, it's a brush. Still, anything that's attached like this, I think it's just trickier to clean. And how dense is that brush? And what is this? Is a concealer. This is definitely a skip. I have my Burberry concealer. I also have my Gucci. Enough tools to blend this out with. And if I don't have any tools, I'll just use my fingers that I could wash right away. Are we looking? Coming up soon, Rare Beauty glosses. Meh. We are waiting for this. The Dior Forever Blush Soft Filter Whipped Liquid Blush. Oh, I cannot wait until this drops. Do we have a date? It's still coming soon. I did not see any more updates since this post. But which color, family? Which color? This is what I'm having a hard time with. I naturally gravitate towards the Brownie Rose. That actually looks quite neutral on this spoon swatch. That one and maybe the Coral, because I think these two here might be a little too light. A little too light. And are these in the order how it appears in this post? Like, is this Peony number 2? I don't know. And we're looking at, I don't know if this is Lily. Okay, I'm looking at the muted coral shade for sure, and this like muted rose brown. Not mad at that fuchsia or hot pink actually. The hot pink, I haven't worn a hot pink blush in years, but if it's in this formulation, I think it actually could be quite pretty. I wish I could try these. I'm definitely looking forward more to these, more excited about these than that Dior blush stick that is on the shelves now. Just felt sticky and I didn't like how it smelled. It just smelled like a lip plumping product. I'm like, why does it smell like that? That's crazy. When I saw these, I laughed because I have so many of the old Backstage highlighter palettes. It's kind of ridiculous. I remember filming my video where I reviewed the 3 that came out, like the gold, the bronze, and the pink colorways. And now we have newly redesigned Backstage compacts. Has it been confirmed if this is a new formulation? And I was actually apprehensive because I was burned. I don't know if this is the same one, but I purchased a highlighter palette, I think from like a fall or winter drop, with an icy blue highlighter. Terrible. I had high expectations because I adore the original Backstage highlighter palette and was expecting the same level of performance from the icy blue, but it did not give. So I wonder if this is better. I can't blindly buy this offline. I'm gonna have to swatch it in store because I would be upset if it was just dry and crusty like that fall winter one. It was with the 9 pan palette that had like the plums and the icy blues and the silvers. From that purchase, definitely prefer the eyeshadow palette. Disappointed with the highlighter palette. I mean, those swatches look okay, but it's kind of hard to tell with that lighting. Okay, I don't know. This is the original, which I still have, and it is still kicking. Don't know. Let me see here. Universal Frosted Opal. Frosted Opal has to be the first one we saw. This is the Frosted Opal. The Universal I have. Pearly Peach Glow. Pearly Peach Glow could be calling my name because I have the, is it the pink or rosy? It's like a pink colorway. And lastly, the Rose Gold Glow. I think this is the one I might have. It might be a little different because the B shade, which appears to be a duochrome, based on how this swatch looks here, you see how there's like that gold at the top gradient with the pink at the bottom, and there might be a duochrome situation here on the D shade. Let me go back to peach. Pearly Peach is pretty. If I had a gun held to my head and I just had to pick one just from these swatches alone, and also disqualifying Universal Glow, it will probably be Pearly Peach. For sure. I didn't understand this. I think it was snuck peeked on Sabrina's music video, which I have not seen. I'm out of the loop when it comes to pop culture music. But it appears that Prada is releasing a new banana yellow golden luster lip balm, addition to their universal lip balm, and I think it's the green, the iconic mint color that's like the Prada Beauty logo color. The blue one was the color change of universal balm, and then we have this banana. I don't know, man. $50 for and I love Prada Beauty. I have my Prada Scope mascara on. I've been wearing the Prada Foundation Soft Matte. There are just some things from the line where I just don't think worth purchasing. And when it comes to balms, where the color payoff is not great, because it's a balm, obviously. But if it does have gold pearl in it, I'm not saying I'm totally opposed to the possibility. Again, I'll have to try it in person. I covered this briefly. I think it might have been in one of my Desert Gleam videos, maybe comparing Lisa's Desert Gleam to Pat's Midnight Sun, where, first of all, I'll get back to that point. Should I try these, family? Because now, since I've dipped my toes, I guess I am hip deep in luxury beauty now, where this is an iconic product in the luxury beauty space, but I didn't think it worth purchasing because I didn't know the contribution, the weight of the contribution it will have to my makeup routine, where it'll become I can't live without product or something I could keep on the shelf. But the fact that it's $76 for some powder balls, and this is a limited edition jar. Let me know down below. Guerlain is very fragranced, and why I have not purchased in years a bronzer from their line. The pan looks beautiful, but it's gonna make me sneeze to death. The lipstick though, one of these shades. Hold on. There was a brown shade. I think it's this one. 819. 819 was calling my name. And then to have it in one of these cases, I was looking at Peacock case because that's just gorgeous. If I were to rank these, Peacock 1, 2, the red. The lavender is cute too. I just naturally gravitate towards the peacock design because I just think it's gorgeous. but you have to pay separately. The lipstick case is $42 and the case is $38. The lipstick's $42. Separately, or is $42 the full price? I don't know. I doubt it. I was looking at this palette because there have been an onslaught of green palettes. I have not yet acquired YSL's Mini Clutch in Unexplored Garden. Whenever that becomes available in the States, I will snatch it up immediately. But I wanted to potentially compare, what is it called? Emerald Feather to Desert Gleam and possibly Unexplored Garden. But when Lexi John said these have a 6-month shelf life, and the Dior Quints actually that I have well beyond 6 months, and they have not broken down yet. They don't smell, they don't have any mold on them. The compact is gorgeous. Absolutely. And then I saw Lexi swatches and I was quite impressed by how these swatched. And it's pretty. Look at this gold compact. $85 though, family. Oh my god. And I didn't think I would like the basic beige, the birdie beige, but this is pretty too. The swatches, I mean, you can't go wrong with this colorway. This is like the everyday daily smoky glam eye, but I was totally looking at Emerald Feather. What is 360 Mystic Peacock? Is that another one that I missed? She has 3 listed on here, but I only see, oh, there it is. Sorry. Mystic Peacock, I would skip, because it is a beautiful palette, but I find myself wearing birdie beige more often and even Emerald Feather more often because these greens are muted. I don't think they will appear as like emerald heavy, like in Charlotte's Emerald Effect or even Pat's Emerald Blitz in Subliminal. These colors look so dull, and I thought they would have been contour powders, but they're bronzers. Smooth Blur Matte Powder Bronzer, an ultra smooth bronzer with blurring gel powder hybrid. Oh, they get me with the hybrids. Medium to tan with warm undertones. Warm undertones where? Maybe they're talking about this one. I don't know. Has anyone tried this product? And if you have, what is the texture like? I have my old Anastasia bronzers that came in like the rectangle compacts. I still have those bronzers. Do I? Or did I declutter them? I probably decluttered them. But those were some of my favorite bronzers for quite some time. And as I see these swatches, I can maybe understand the appeal behind the undertones because these might be more on the neutral side than on the warm orangey side. As I understand, some people might avoid, depending on the skin tone, where they don't want to appear with a bronzy orange, more of like a almost contoured bronze effect on the face. But it's hard to tell. Ah, yes, I was looking for the profile shots. Okay. That's an interesting color, but I can see the potential of it appearing muddy on my skin tone just because of the shadowing here as I see it on her skin. I will have to swatch this in store. This is pretty too, but again, let me see. Tropical Tan, medium to tan. The last one was Golden Beach Glow, light with golden undertones. Man, that's a skip. Well, I would have said maybe medium to light and then medium tan to tan because they have Beach Bum Bronze as medium to tan. Interesting, the undertone is different, but my gosh, what a jump. What a jump. I don't know. I don't need it. Especially if I'm contemplating, well, I said I will sample the Natasha Denona liquid bronzer. I didn't say I will buy it. It's kind of tough to sample powder products, however. Maybe I'll bring my brush to Sephora on a clean face. I'll just come with foundation or something and just kind of whip it on and see how it looks. I'll also swatch it. That's what I've been wanting to do, family. Every time I go into Sephora, I'm trying to reprogram myself in not necessarily buying things, but swatching and taking photos to post on YouTube, because I think it's helpful, just, which I know tough because Sephora lighting is horrendous, but just to get an idea, if you are my skin twin, how these products can potentially appear on our face, I think is helpful. So if I do encounter these, I'll swatch them on my arm and I'll post it on YouTube. Man, I haven't worn powder foundation in a long time, but I was thinking the other day when it was hot, I mean, today is hot as well, how maybe wearing a powder foundation would be better in more humid conditions. And Laura Mercier is pretty solid in the complexion category, but it's primer infused. The primer infused powder foundation with a hydrating weightless formula hydrates skin while simultaneously controlling shine for flawless long wear without creasing, settling, or streaking. $52. My goodness. Harder to sample a powder product, as I said about the Anastasia bronzers, but again, I could swatch in store and maybe just try on my face to see how it feels. And sometimes it's not a matter of the product formulation, but the shade range. Because the texture could be great, but if I don't have a great shade match in the Laura Mercier, then it's going to be an easy skip. And I actually saw these on the Sephora counter at checkout. I quickly swatched, I think it was this middle colorway, the peach. Is it the peach? I don't know, man. The texture just felt intense. Like it felt like I think it was meant to be formulated as like a professional product. And I understand how one who likes to mix in cocktail, where you have all these 3 shades at your disposal, it could be pretty. It could. I really can't speak on it because I have not tried it on my face yet. But judging from these photos, I don't know if I don't know how I would feel about this mauve color. I do like mauves, for sure. They're just trickier on my face than they are on my eyes. And I already purchased Peachy Glow, but I just wanted to stop by on this post because I almost bought Cherry Glow, but since I purchased the Sochi Beauty Blurring Pillow Blush, what is it called officially? The blurring pillow blush in Copper Spice, and which I have on now. I technically don't need Cherry Glow now because this is more like a toasted terracotta. Although Cherry Glow could look lovely, I prefer the more burnt muted shades. The other color I was considering purchasing along with Peachy Glow that I already have is Rosy Glow. Rosy Glow is lovely as well, but Peachy Glow has just exceeded my expectations, not just the shade, but the formula. Initially, as I explained in my Unreal Blush video, this product wasn't on my radar at first, but when I swatched it in store and then I tried it on, I was like, wait a minute, this is actually a decent blush product. Happy with it, only bought one, was gonna buy Cherry Glow before Rosy actually, but because I just purchased the Sochi, I'm good to go. If there happens to be some type of a sale, but I could combine Cherry Glow with Sochi. The Cherry Glow with Copper Spice would be actually beautiful, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm going to shelf that idea. And that is it for now, family. Thank you for joining me on another shot with me. Make sure that you like this video, especially if you made it to the end. It helps me tremendously, tells the algorithm that you like watching these types of videos and possibly could recommend videos to other enthusiasts such as yourself. Make sure you consider subscribing because if I do end up purchasing any of these products, you know I'll be on here reviewing them and you'll be notified of those uploads, especially if you click that notification bell. And if you want to check out that comparison video I spoke about while glazing the Guerlain palette between Pat McGrath Labs Midnight Sun and Lisa's Desert Gleam, you can click that video here. I'll make sure to see you there down in the comments for this video and on here again next time.